with Princeton coach Joe Dubuque after, I'll call that Jersey-style domination over Ryder. Tell me a little bit about, you couldn't have scripted it much better than maybe with a Stefanik match.
Yeah, so, he was up 5-1. He gets caught in the cradle, just trying to continue to wrestle. I mean, here's the thing. He wrestled tough. He does everything we preach. He's tough. He's aggressive. He tried to be exciting, and exciting got him caught.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. But you know what? You have to learn from that, right? That's probably the third time he's actually gotten caught in a cradle like that.
Okay.
When he's either a tie match or he's winning.
Yeah.
So you got to take something from that loss, all right? It sucks, and I know you lost, but you gotta change from it. You got to evolve. So. Am I happy? No, obviously I'm not happy it happened, but I need him to change that position.
Yeah.
If he changes that position, we're winning a lot more matches, Again,
and there was more separation at that time than there was at the Open in the score.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Again, he was up 5-1. He had riding time. I mean, he's thinking I'm going for the major, and he gets caught in a position, he gets pinned. So it is what it is.
Tell me a little bit about Monday. It looked like he changed up, stayed a little tighter when he came out, opening up against Della Vecchia.
Yeah. I mean, like when they wrestled, it was the first tournament of the season. I think Quincy was coming off a really big win. I think he took him a little lightly. And Jesse's a good wrestler.
Yeah.
You can't take a kid like that lightly. You got to wrestle hard for 7 minutes.
Yeah.
So he was ready. I told him, I said, hey, I want you ready. I want you hot. When you step on that mat, I want you ready to go. And he was, and he showed.
Now you guys had a pretty easy academic week, I think, right?
This is like the unofficial finals for our guys. So our calendar's a little different. So our guys will actually go home for Christmas break. They'll come back in January. There'll be a week where they call it reading period, and then they get right into their finals from first semester. So It's a little bit of a different academic schedule. So, and then this week is a lot of projects and big papers are due. So they still are last week. So they're last week. So, now we're off. They got to concentrate on wrestling from Monday to today. All they've thought about was wrestling, which was great. We had a good couple of days of training. Now they get to go home and spend some time with their families, get away from the mat a little bit, clear their minds, and then we get right back to Midlands.
I want you to channel like something that is inanimate, right? What would the wheelbarrow say about tonight's match?
Oh man, if it could bang itself, it would be banging itself. Again, like this is what we preach to our guys, Like win or lose, we're gonna go out there and we're gonna put on a great performance in every single position. We want to be the toughest guy. We want to be the most aggressive guy on the mat, and we want to be exciting. We want fans. We want to get 3,000 people in Dillon Gym. We want like people to be stuck outside because they can't get a seat. So our guys are channeling everything we're saying. If you look at Pat Glory, dude, I love how like Coach Ayers says it's like he gets shot out of a cannon. It literally looks like he gets shot out of a cannon.
I know someone else who looks like he can be shot out of a cannon.
He's crazy, like me.
Exactly.
And I love it.
Tell me, Connor probably got the biggest one of the season.
That was
right?
great.
It's been a rough season for him.
Yeah.
Reversed a loss to Cloud. Thoughts?
Again, I think he took a tough loss out in Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
He was winning. He got reversed. Was back. He took that loss really hard. He actually apologized to his teammates.
Really?
And we told him, hey, there's no reason to apologize. Like, you'll get that back. You'll get that match back. Let that motivate you. And he works his butt off. He's in the room for a heavyweight. He's in the room like 2-3 times a day. I actually asked him, like, hey man, you going to class? Like, you gotta go to class. So, but he just wants to get better. He loves wrestling, and he just wants to be the best. And it's showing, and it's starting to show with Marshall Keller. That kid, he works so hard. And I said, hey man, like you never know when that moment is gonna come. It could be a match, it could be a position, it could be something in practice. But once you get that, then that can change everything.
Absolutely. So you guys, this was if I had to summarize this night, besides not having a buzzer, you guys just came out to wrestle really tough tonight. So you have a break after this.
Yeah.
Where are you at? Like, are you going to be training just as hard when they're?
So they come back. They come back to 26.
Yeah.
It's really just getting our weight down.
Yeah.
And honestly, you can't really train too hard because you're about 3 days out from competition. So, but when we get back from Midlands, Then we come back. We wrestle at the F&M Open. Some starters will go, some starters won't. And then we go down to NC State.
Yeah.
We go wrestle UNC, who's a tough team.
Yeah.
And then we got to wrestle UNC or NC State.
Yep.
I mean, I think they're top 5 or top 7. I mean, it doesn't get easy. And then they go to the finals.
Yeah.
So they don't have any breaks. But you know what? That's why we tell our guys, you guys are the toughest guys. You guys are the toughest student athletes on this planet because of what you do academically and then also the grind that we're putting you guys through, with the schedule. And they love it and they embrace it. And I mean, you see it out there right now.
Yeah.
You see the two teams. You see who's the more aggressive team, the team that's going to go out there and really just try and put on a show. And that's what we preach.
Tell me a little bit about how much you hear during the match. Like, I mean, can you hear your wife giving you a hard time when you're getting animated?
So it's the same at home. I try to block her out at home too.
Selective hearing, dog hearing. Okay.
So no, but my wife, she's great.
She's my favorite PA announcer. I've told her I don't want it to go to her head, but
she's got a great sense of humor, and I think this is great for her. She took a little. I guess she got her feelings hurt a little bit. Some Iowa fans were giving her a tough time on Twitter, and I said, "Hey man," when you're in the spotlight, you're gonna have the good and the bad, and you got to take it.
Tell those fans to go stick it.
So,
okay.
But I mean, again, she's part of the show, right? She's trying to get our fans into the matches, and our fans are great. I mean, our crowds are getting bigger and bigger every match. So. She's just part of the team. She's part of the show, and she's doing a great job.
Last thing, get you out of here on this. Passion between the coaches during the match.
Yeah, I mean, it's Jersey, man. It's Jersey rivalry.
I love it.
There's a lot. I mean, here's the thing. They handed us a lot of beatings in the past.
For 19 years, and then now you're on your own streak while you've been here.
For the 8 years I've been here, they've handed us more beatings than we've given them.
Yeah.
But it's always good to repay the favor.
Yeah.
So it was really good to put out those points on a top 25 team. I mean, that's the thing. Like, we tell our guys, like, hey, they beat Minnesota, who was 6th ranked in the country at the time. I mean, and we almost blanked them.
Yeah.
So, again, what we're preaching to our guys, it's like, hey, yeah, we put you out, we took you out to Oklahoma, then we brought you back to wrestle the #1 team, and then when you have a team like, a top 25, you're like, licking your chops.
Yeah.
You can't wait to get out there and get your hands on a guy like that.
Yeah.
It's like that's what we preach. So the emotions, I probably let my emotions get a little bit.
I love it. I love it.
But I mean, that's who I am. I try and stay as passionate as possible. My guys feed off of that. So it's wrestling, man. You gotta love it. If you can't get excited for a match like this when people are just going out there and throwing it all out there, then you shouldn't be in coaching.
I lied. One more question. How far up do you go in weight classes when you're wrestling around with the guys on the team?
Right, so I'm 37 years old. I'm getting old.
Puppy.
Okay?
Puppy. You're still a puppy.
Old.
Okay.
So I venture up to 41. I used to dabble with Mike D'Angelo. Now I was like, yeah, you know what?
That's too much.
I think I'm good. Mikey, you could go with Gray. Okay. I used to go up to 57 back in the day when I first got here. 41's the tops for me. And even Marshall Keller wrestles really hard. So I'm like, oh man, I don't know if I want to wrestle you all the time.
Hey, Coach, enjoy your break, and we'll be watching.
Appreciate your support.
Got it.